For what it's worth, 1.19 is a pretty solid update. The swamps look nice, the Deep Dark is awesome, the frogs are frogs, and if you like DLA, more power to you. But it feels like it's missing something. I can't say I blame them for taking the Birch Forest out of the update, they already had more than enough on their plate. But maybe it didn't have to be this way. Maybe there's a way that we can make better updates. Here, check this out. I've noticed a pattern in these last few updates, 1.19 for example. Swamp Overhaul, Deep Dark, and DLA. These three features all took a fairly similar amount of time to make, but does each one change the gameplay of Minecraft in a way that feels meaningful? Is there one of these things that seems a lot less important than the others? I'm not trying to single out DLA here, check out Caves and Cliffs. Are all of these features great additions that add depth to Minecraft in their own ways? Let's go all the way back to the update Aquatic. Are you seeing a pattern? I don't have an issue with tiny semi-pointless things being added into the game, that's not the problem here. But what I'm worried about is how much time it's taking to make these big, game-changing features compared to the little things that aren't going to impact the game hardly at all. There were like 3 weeks in a row where the snapshots were basically just delay fixes. Right now, Minecraft has way too many useless features. Copper and Amethyst do basically nothing, that one stick trade makes most other villager trades pointless, half of the food items are useless, we still don't have fletching table functionality, and have you ever tried farming rabbits? They literally have a 50% chance to even drop meat. The most important part of Minecraft is being able to play the game however you want, but when half the features in the game don't do anything, it doesn't really feel like you have options. A lot of development time went into creating and perfecting DLA, and I'm worried that it's just going to go straight into the junk bin. I don't want DLA to be the next Copper. I didn't want Copper to be the next Striders. I didn't want Striders to be the next Bees. I didn't want Bees to be the next Foxes. Foxes from Phantoms, Phantoms from Parrots, Parrots from Llamas, Llamas from Polar Bears, you get the point. I just don't want the next update to get announced like, hey, check it out, it's the Savannah update, and then they spend all the development time trying to get the giraffes to eat leaves properly. And believe me, I like cool ambient features. But I want you to imagine you're running through a spruce forest and you come across some pigs. Worst case scenario, you don't need pigs for anything, so you keep going. Best case scenario, you're trying to start a farm, you just need some food, and you get to do that. Now imagine that instead of pigs, you see foxes. Worst case scenario, you don't need foxes for anything. Best case scenario, you don't need foxes for anything? A little bit of functionality goes a long way towards making a game feel fresh. Getting a new feature that doesn't do anything is fun for a few days, but making changes that matter will affect the game forever. Actually, hey, you wouldn't mind if I just, talk about a bunch of ideas I have to improve the game, would you? Okay, well, I appreciate your honesty, but I'm doing it anyways. First things first, copper is such a waste of space. I'm one of those people who runs through caves cutting out every single block of coal, and even I don't touch copper. If they can find a good way to implement copper armor and tools, I'm all for it, but Mojang, give us copper wire. Could you imagine, redstone that can go straight up and through water? That'd be so cool! Next up, golden tools. The sword and armor should absolutely follow the pickaxe logic and be way more effective. There's literally no reason why gold swords should be worse than wood ones. Getting slightly better enchantments doesn't count. Food. Holy crud, make stuff eat faster. Berries, cookies, carrots. So much food needs some sort of buff. Also, let stew stack or something, I don't know. There needs to be a complete overhaul of the food system because right now it feels like if you're not eating steak or golden carrots, you're wasting your time. Also, we were supposed to get fletching table functionality like 2 years ago. How about if you could put some arrows down with potion materials to make low-level tipped arrows? I always have 3 stacks of spider eyes I'm not using. Anyway, there's a few ideas. I could go on like this for a half hour, but I'll save it for some other time, but you get the point, right? It's cool to get fancy new stuff like DLA, it's cute when they put something like llamas in the game just for fun, and I don't want Mojang to ever stop adding stuff like that. But right now, Minecraft needs a rebalance update. Change up the game, make it new, make it fresh, give us a reason to experiment and try new items and strategies. And seriously, add copper wire, it would be so cool, imagine a big